Hey guys, welcome back. Drip Coach here with Drip and Farm for Poverty, where we don't trust, we verify, and operate with integrity and transparency. Today we're diving into the recent news. Maybe not so recent by the time you get this, but as of some of these articles, it's all about the DOJ being cleared to sell the seized Silk Road Bitcoin and potentially crashing the market. So stay tuned.
Do you find yourself too busy to work out? What is it costing you? Sleepless nights, low energy, and watching your health spiral out of control? I've worked with countless men over the last 20 years who put their health on the back burner because life got just too busy. But here's the truth. If you don't make time for your fitness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness later. With Flapjack's fitness program, you'll get a personalized workout plan built for your hectic schedule, a nutrition guide that teaches you not what to eat, but how to eat, and real person-to-person coaching to hold you accountable. In just 30 days, you'll feel stronger, more energized, and back in control, all for under $50. Plus, 10% of that goes back towards burning the Flapjacks token. So you're supporting your health and fitness and your financial wellness. Spots are extremely limited. We're taking only 10 people, so send me a DM now, because if you don't invest in yourself today, you'll pay the price tomorrow.
It's times like this you have to wonder if like all of this is literally just puppet strings by some people, you know, the tinfoil hat theorist, whatever. It's like, it seems like it's always playing out the same way. So it's like Trump gets on the Bitcoin conference in Nashville saying how rule number one is never sell your Bitcoin. And all of a sudden, the DOJ finally, after 4 years of going back and forth, this battle, so to speak, supposedly of who owns it and what they can do with it, 4-year legal battle, Chief U.S. District Richard Seaborg denied a motion to block the forfeiture, clearing the DOJ to liquidate $6.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. Very strange that it's all of a sudden it just gets pushed through after Trump has been labeled the next U.S. president. We know his stance on crypto. And I just find it fascinating. And then it ties into this video I made here, where this was just some TA coming from the Coin Bureau, where they were talking about a head and shoulders pattern playing out in a 77K target. Now, how is like all of that? Like, so market analysis, TA is just about looking at the charts and making predictions based off of previous chart behavior, human emotions. But it's just striking that you have news to support that, you know. So if they sell this 6.5 billion, the big question is, how will that impact the market, and what the hell should you do in the meantime? Well, I'll give you the TLDR on what you should do. Absolutely nothing. Buy the dip if we get a dip. And let me just show you some history, because again, this is why it just seems like it's just so coincidental. There's always in bull runs. So in the first bull run, you saw bigger swings because it was a lower market cap crypto asset. But in the last bull run, we saw 32 as a high, 32%. We haven't had any 30s yet. So let's just do the math and take a look at, ironically, where this would fit. Like, you have to think sometimes we are literally living in a simulation. This is just hilarious. So right now, we are down 12.68% from the all-time high. If the DOJ decides to dump 6.5 billion of their tokens on the market, Bitcoin on average trades $50 billion in volume. Well, at least in the last 24 hours, it's traded that. So that is literally just a fraction of the daily traded volume that it actually gets, right? So it's about 13%. So we'll just call it between 10 to 15%, depending on the day. That's how much of the volume that would impact. Now, of course, still dumping that much Bitcoin on the market would indeed have a price impact. And I just ran this through ChatGPT to get the numbers. I don't know how accurate it is, but basically it's saying a $6.5 billion sell would have a short-term price impact that could be anywhere from 10 to 20% from the current prices. Well, ironically, If we take 20% here, that's another 18, well, not 8, yeah, 18,000 off of this price. So 94 minus 18, that takes us literally to this $76,000 level that was pointed out in this video. You can't see it because it's upcoming, but it says crash alert 77K. Like, how ironic, conspiracy, whatever. Like, how is that even possible? I'm not saying they will sell it or whatever. I don't know what they'll do, but there's two narratives I have playing in my head here. What if we actually had a smart administration, smart chess move individuals that weren't just thinking about themselves? They were, well, I guess they would in this case be thinking about themselves, but picture this as a scenario. What if they put this out here as literal FUD, the same way they've done in TradFi with commodities, with oil and gold before, to get other people to dump, i.e., since there was the previous announcement of us getting a Bitcoin stockpile, there have been now people accumulating Bitcoin, nation states, sovereign wealth countries, states, all this other stuff, right? What if this is an announcement to get them to dump their Bitcoin, meaning they want to sell it before we sell ours? Like, that's the name of the game, right? Buy low, sell high. So they'd be like, okay, if the US is going to sell 6.5 billion, let us sell ours first. They drop the price by, say, that same 10 to 20% collectively. It hits that 77K level that was forecasted here by the head and shoulders pattern, but it delays all the way until Trump takes office, and then he's able to block this, so to speak, or maybe they're not even selling it or planning to sell it. It's just that it's been approved. And then they instead start to buy Bitcoin at those levels. Like, so this could literally just be orchestrated FUD from the powers that be that are pulling the strings. Or, like, that would be the chess move. That would be the smart thing to do. You get everybody else to dump their Bitcoin, then you turn around, dump the gold, like I mentioned, because we're currently holding gold at the 1970s market prices. So you'd be able to dump some of the gold, then you wreck the gold price, take that money from gold, buy the dip on Bitcoin, and buy some of the dip of the gold that you just crashed off, because once they start selling that, other places will sell that as well, and then they would pile into Bitcoin. Like, that would be the chess move. Now, I don't think they think like that. I don't know what they're gonna do, but that would be like bullish scenario number one. Like, regardless, it's gonna be bullish for us. So even if there is a dip, all this boils down to is stack sats. Don't worry about it. You got nothing to fear. Bitcoin's still eventually going up this cycle, right? So worst case scenario was we do hit those mid to high 70s, and then you dump whatever spare powder, not financial advice, that you got, dry powder on the side, into Bitcoin, because you're about to catch a 30%, 40% immediate pump right after that, especially if it plays out with scenario number one. Scenario number two is that the previous administration, the Biden administration, does have a deep-seated hatred for the new administration. So they're just like, screw that. He went publicly, said he's going to buy it. We're going to go ahead and then just dump it right now, and then force him to buy back in at higher prices. So, like, they would dump Bitcoin at these prices. It would quickly get eaten up, as I showed you, because the volume is there, and then all these other nation states are buying. Like, I don't believe even a 1% chance that it would just start to crash from there. I believe we would find that support, and within like 2 to 3 days, that would be literally pick right back up. Let me find TradingView real quick. Now, I am not a TA guru by any means, but you can see on the charts that there is huge support going all the way back to 2024 in this low 70s range. And as Gareth Soloway would say, there is a gap in that 77, let's call it 72 to 92 range in the charts. And he says markets like to retrace to the scene of the crime. So there is a gap to fill in here, so that would not be unexpected for it to wick into here and then come back up. And then you look at the time frame that this took. Which one? Where is that? Price state range. So from here to here, that was 5th to 13th. So that's just over a week, like 8 days. So that got filled 34%. So it'd be basically drawing down 34%-ish. And then in 1 week, it would get eaten up. So the second scenario that I'm saying is that could the administration, so looking at today's date, the 11th, could they crash the price of Bitcoin right now and they sell out at 94K, whatever the price may be, 94, 92, wherever it's at now? That still leaves more than a week before Trump takes office. I don't think on day one he'd be able to buy Bitcoin. So let's just forecast it out a little further. It's like a week and some change. What price would Bitcoin be then? Would it still be below the price that they sold? Or is there a good chance that it would be higher and it would force them to have to spend more money, and then maybe the goal is to make it look bad for his administration? Like, I have no idea, but I do believe there are some chess moves that we don't understand, and there's no coincidence that this just got approved, nor is it a coincidence that it lines up with previous amounts ranges that we've seen before, nor is it a coincidence that it literally hits the exact price target of a actual technical analysis using a head and shoulders pattern. Like, there's just too many coincidences. Let's put it that way. So what does it mean for me? Basically, I've got dry powder on the side, and I would be buying the dip on that 1000%, and I would be putting all of that into my drip to BTC wallet, because that means the price of Bitcoin would be in the high 70s, low 80s or whatever. And then I would be able to take that Bitcoin and have it available in the Bitcoin side. Let me go back for those of you that are not familiar with this site. So I would deposit that. So let's just say I got $1,000 sitting on the side. I get a bonus of credits added automatically. Then I'd have about $900 worth of Bitcoin sitting right here. I'd be able to come over to buy more credits. And remember, it would be at a discounted price. So the 13% that's in here is 13% of what the current Bitcoin price is. If Bitcoin drops down to, as we see in this chart, so right now with the discount, with Bitcoin at 94K and there being a 13% discount, you're getting it 82. So if it drops down to the high 70s, and then you're able to still get the 13%, because that's still listed in the marketplace, it doesn't change. That is, the discount is based off the current price of Bitcoin. That means I'd be able to buy Bitcoin at 60K levels, which is literally at the levels that it was at, what is it, like kind of all of 2024. Like, that is getting super cheap Bitcoin on the low, and it's not going to last long. So I would come into the marketplace and try to buy up as much as I could with that, because there's really no reason not to. Like, that is automatic guaranteed price appreciation from it going from the 70, 80 range back to over 100K. 99.99% certain that's going to happen. But I'm also buying it at literally discount prices from even that, due to the marketplace benefits. So that's like putting your Bitcoin on steroids. So that's how I'd be playing the opportunity. So the main thing I want to let you guys know is, don't get shaken out by the FUD. We are currently sitting at the fear and greed index of, like, what is it, in the middle 50, and the market likes to, swing back and forth. It does not like to stay in the middle. So I could see this playing out to the downside, as that head and shoulders pattern TA from Coin Bureau said, and as all the news articles are saying, either that the US ends up being the one selling it, or they're just creating FUD to get other people to sell it. One way or another, it is because the goal at the end of the day is for the fat cats in Wall Street, the Black Rocks, the Jamie Dimons, the JP Morgans, US officials. It's for them to accumulate more Bitcoin, and even that be the current and new administration at the end of the day. And it's to get it at the cheapest price as possible. So one way or another, I do see this playing out. I just don't know who's going to be the catalyst to do that, but it seems to be leaning that way. So again, the TLDR for you is, get some dry powder, because you might have an amazing opportunity to buy the dip and head your ass over to Drip the BTC and plug it into there, because you're going to want to swoop up these discounts, whatever's available, as fast as possible, because again, that's just guaranteed price appreciation. All right, that's all I got. Smash that HBO special, help brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Spritz Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.